we'll grab all the trees on the back. We can go around the benches after.
Okay.
But up front is a collected thuya
Wow.
by Angelo.
Wow.
He's got his magical spots that he finds them.
Yes.
But
Look at that.
look at the blade of deadwood.
Yeah, that is
I think
cool.
it's really cool. And very healthy. He said he hasn't done much with it, like ready for styling.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. I may take off this lower branch. It's kind of straight.
It's a little straight, isn't it?
Yeah, it does have some nice foliage. It wouldn't make a nice 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But it's very straight.
Yeah, it's almost like stairs or something, isn't it? It's a little. Yeah, I agree. I think it would maybe a little deadwood there, even or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
We'll
I
tip
don't
it
know.
over eventually.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, Connor. And you've got a pine.
Yeah, this is a Siberian white pine.
Okay.
So a 5-needle type, soft pine.
Yeah.
Just incredible bark down here on the on the smaller side.
And deadwood and
yeah. Well, I didn't want this. There's definitely 2 trunks that I didn't want, and when I took this out, it was such a strong branch that that's why this branch below it didn't make it.
Stop the sap flow or something.
Yeah,
to it,
so there's some dieback. White pines I haven't figured out yet. They're way harder than 2-needle red or black pines.
They want to do their own thing sometimes, don't they?
I did aggressively root prune it. I got it into my thick, my large particle size coarse
coarse soil. Yeah.
And since then, really exploded.
Yeah.
So last year struggled. Not a lot of new growth. Very worried. I didn't think I was going to make it.
Yeah.
Protected it, babied it, and this year, really strong growth into it. So.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Recovered. Yeah, I found my native white pine. You can really root prune them a lot, and they seem to recover really easily. Bare root them and everything.
Well, that's good. So another grafting project. Lots of growth. I think it'd make a nice smaller tree.
Yeah.
I do have this one lower branch here.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Yeah.
Stuff in it. Beside it is our native red pine, our Pinus resinosa.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't think this makes good bonsai material.
Stiff needles, aren't
Yeah, and you can see very long, 2-3 inch long needles.
Yeah.
But they do get very small.
Yes.
So when I repotted it, this is in a grow bag. It's got a nice root base to it.
It does.
Definitely some work onto it.
Is that deadwood here?
No, it's just thick.
Okay.
It's just split.
Okay, the bark split.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a couple examples of that, and I'll point you out to them. But in a lot of different trees, you can have stretch marks or splits in the trunk. On one of my spruce behind there, you'll see that from lots of water, lots of growth.
Yes.
So the bark can't keep up with it.
And we should explain these pink ribbons, Connor.
Oh yeah. So I tried to count my trees as well.
Yeah.
I am trying to get rid of some. So the pink ribbons are all the ones that I'm going to keep or try to keep.
Okay.
So there'll be a bunch for sale. If you're local in the Ontario region and want to come by.
Yeah.
Or if you see anything on the video you guys like, let me know. But if not, I'm going to take pictures eventually and try to thin out the herd.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, so native red pine.
Nice. It's got nice movement.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of good features, doesn't it?
So I'm going to get it out of the grow bag.
Yeah.
And into something smaller.
We'll use the top-down method for repotting it, or?
I did try that. I tried it on my Mugo.
Yeah.
So we'll see that.
Okay.
But I don't think so, because I think this is in.
Has
I'll have
a
to double check.
good root system.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is already in 100% bonsai soil.
Good radial roots, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna try to take it out and see, but try to maybe get rid of the bottom half.
Yeah. Okay.
Beside it is a white spruce.
Native white.
Native white spruce.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you get? Why are the needles so small on it?
I'm not. It was just collected.
Wow.
More north. So I got it from an old TBS member there.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I've zip tied up the new leader here.
Yeah.
But growing really healthily, lots of, like Nigel pointed out, really small needles.
Yeah, really small.
But they droop. Like, that's kind of characteristic of the of our white spruce, I think. These kind of droopy nature.
Well, I like that. I was talking to Jay, and I said it'd be nice to do a bonsai that's clean on the top and all the foliage hangs down off the branches.
Yeah, so that would this would maybe be a good candidate for that.
Yeah, it would. I like that look too. It's a different look.
Yeah, so it is back budding.
Oh yeah.
So
there's a lot of.
Right. Yeah.
So if you wanted to make it a very tight triangular tree, it could do that, couldn't it?
Yeah, nice root base, straight as a whistle, but it'd go and it would make a nice lead tree in a spruce forest or something like that.
It certainly would. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. And no pink ribbon on it.
Yes, for sale. A couple other for sale ones here. So this is a oh my god, the Austrian pine. There we
Austrian,
go.
Okay.
Yeah. But Nigel, that's what I was talking about, right?
Branches.
So I didn't do it like that. These are just back buds.
Yeah.
So it's grown out. I've let it
because of the vigor.
Because of the vigor.
Just,
a couple other there that we'll show you, but
that's nice.
Yeah, well set up for show in. Like this could be all sacrificial.
Yeah.
Lots of low
branches. Yeah. In bonsai soil, it's like everything you need.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Beside it is a thuya.
Yeah. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, so it's a collected thuya.
Holy. What a beauty.
Great bark to it. Great movement.
Yeah.
It's kind of a semicircular here.
Veiny, it's got muscular veins on it. Wow.
A strong French bat. And just growing super strong.
Beauty.
Yeah, so you can see up here the rocket branches.
Oh yeah.
That Nigel may have coined that term. But really healthy. So I pruned this last year in a KW meeting, I believe.
Yeah.
I did the first pruning and styling, and I've let it grow, so it's definitely due for another one.
Amazing tree.
Yeah.
And where did that come from, Connor?
Up on Manitoulin Island.
Okay. Collected tree.
Yeah, very vigorous. Yeah.
That is really nice.
Look at the back budding of the
thuya here. Yeah. Wow.
So that's what happens when you let them grow. You can't keep them pinched all the time.
No. They need a period of growth, don't they? That's amazing. And that one's also available.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to prune it maybe in our meeting on Wednesday.
Okay.
Maybe so people can see the beauty through the shrub.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
Here's a sneak peek of the greenhouse.
Oh my goodness. That's a good thing about greenhouses. You can see the plants from the outside.
Yeah.
So there's your ficus rumphii.
Yeah, so it's really loving it.
Oh my goodness, is it ever.
It's putting out aerial roots and all sorts of stuff.
Nice new pinkish leaves on it.
Yeah. It's one of the ficus that doesn't mind it. I got some stuff along the floor that's exploding in growth because it's growing into the ground.
Cuttings off the ficus rumphii?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's one of them right there. Here's your religiosa that you gave me.
Changed, eh?
Yeah, growing real strong.
Look at the trunk on it.
Mm-hmm.
Holy, that's ridiculously thick now. It's just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Power of the basket.
Yes.
My bougainvillea. Yeah. My root bridge here, which is growing pretty spectacular. This is some sort of maybe it's called the dollar plant.
Yeah.
Or something. It's an aquatic or semi-aquatic stuff in there, so it grows in the tray. And then here's we'll see it inside, but here's the japonica.
Oh yeah,
that I was telling you about.
You said you were a little worried about it, but it's coming back. Eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh well. Well, let's head inside. So this is the new greenhouse.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is amazing. And where did you get this greenhouse from, Connor?
It was just on Facebook Marketplace. It's a Palram greenhouse, aluminum and poly. So it's double paned up here. And then this is just straight plastic.
It's straight plastic on the sides.
But it's even got little ease troughs.
And a little thing to put a hose on there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy to assemble.
Yeah.
I did a paver base.
Okay, paving stones and bricks
and I have
paving stones.
Yeah, paving stones. You can see sand in there.
Yeah.
And then a pea gravel middle.
Oh, walkway.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so it's drilled into the pavers.
Goes to show how, it's fairly easily available to most people, something like this, isn't it?
And really changes your bonsai techniques and availability and resources and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it definitely a learning curve. So I'll point out I burned some stuff. It's quite hot in there. We'll do the mister and stuff. But basically, I have my water tank
here
with a submersible pump.
Let's have a look at that. It's submerged down there, eh?
Yeah, and then there's just a timer in there.
And what horsepower is that pump?
I think 1/5 or 1/4.
Okay. So there it is, Everbuilt, and
I'm not sure. It's
a fair size one, eh?
1/6 horsepower.
1/6. Okay.
Yeah, so you can get them for around $100.
Yeah.
Or cheaper.
And then you have a timer, do you?
Yeah, just a mechanical timer there.
Mechanical timer. Okay.
Sorry, not mechanical, digital.
Digital.
So I have it set for every other hour, 1 minute.
Wow, that's fantastic, eh? And that works well, eh?
Yeah. So we'll get it started, and then I'll show you guys. They're not misters; they're sprinklers.
I'm gonna have to bring you over to my place, and we'll set up, buy and set up a system.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to do that.
That'd make a great video because I have no experience in doing this.
So basically, it goes from garden hose, to 1/2-inch supply line.
Okay.
And then this part may be challenging on your greenhouse.
Where do you get an adapter like that?
So all of this is from Home Depot. It's the Orbit systems.
Okay, Orbit.
Yeah. So this is just a pressure regulator / adapter.
Okay.
So there's a line of feeder hose, 1/2-inch feeder.
Now, what do you mean pressure regulator?
So this reduces everything to 30 psi.
Because of the constriction?
Because the nozzles have a rated psi.
I see.
So they operate best at like 30 psi or something.
Okay.
So this no matter the pump kind of down regulates it here.
Does it bleed off water if it gets too much pressure? Or?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually how it down regulates it. But I use the thicker feeder hose. Because it regulates the pressure along the top.
Okay.
We'll show you that inside.
All right.
So we'll fog up, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be very hot.
This is kind of stupid.
Can I just? Yeah. I'll go in. We'll see what happens to the camera. I'll close the door behind us. Hold on. Ooh, it's humid in here. Holy.
Yeah, it's
very, very tropical.
It's okay, Nigel.
Okay, I'll leave it open.
Yeah, could use a dehumidifier.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm totally steamed up in here. Actually, I can still see.
Okay. So the vents, because of the sprinklers are up here.
Yeah.
So because I have all that constant water, I can handle the hot temperatures. So it must be like 40 or so in here
or
right
more,
now.
Or more. 40, 50, yeah.
But the root bridge, you can see all the Nantel ficus roots.
Yeah.
Just coming off, even along the bridge right here.
Oh yeah, look at them.
So that's great. So that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
This is where the dollar plant started.
Oh yeah.
From this little Kusamono.
Wow.
And
just decided to go for a ride.
Yeah. It's a nice little accent plant, but it gets big, I guess. So
root bridge is looking good, isn't it?
Yeah, I really so.
So this is in a new pot that we didn't see that last year, I don't think, or did we?
So I'm still looking for. I was hoping those white trays that we got would be big enough, but this is just a boot tray.
Okay.
But I'm looking for a suiban this size.
Right.
Which will be quite hard. But you're right. Yeah. So I'm getting my secondary roots.
Yeah. From
the root bridge. So this would be really nice. I could feed these back and
kind of wrap
and make the railings of the bridge.
Yeah.
So really, really strong, going really strong.
Here's look at the top of it up here.
Yeah.
Man. Wow.
And just a ton of roots all from the canopy. These Nantel ficus grow roots like stink.
Yes. Yeah.
My Japonica, which has long-awaited return,
coming back.
Yeah,
nice.
And I set good structure.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that I didn't even get much dieback. So I still have my primary.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. That's excellent.
It's like almost a year it took to come back.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was sitting right here, so it got an ebb and flow cycle. You can see actually that was this growing into the pot.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's coming back. I'm very excited. It loves the heat and humidity. Here's another exposed root style.
Yeah.
So this you can see I've already cut back. So this is just in an air hose here.
Yeah.
This is a Cascade Natal plum.
Yeah.
So you can see I remove half of it and then excavate some of the root and then do that over stages.
I see. Eventually you'll have this big exposed S-shaped root system.
Yeah, yeah.
Look fantastic, eh?
Uh-huh. Here's another one. This one's almost done the process.
Oh yeah.
So it's almost right to the ground.
Barbados cherry?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
One you had long time.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
They get the really nice mature bark pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's looking good, isn't it?
And completely overgrown. You can't even really see the root base or the branching.
Good for the growth, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can see, like even here, it's putting out aerial roots.
Yeah. Wow.
Everything is.
Even things that don't have aerial roots normally, I'll probably put them out in here.
Yeah, here is my kind of not banyan or crazy root style, I guess.
This is the tiger bark ficus.
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah.
And it's grown on a slab, but the roots are really just incredible here.
Yeah.
The air plants are doing really well.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're looking good.
So this is dropping all its indoor leaves finally.
Yeah. Getting used to greenhouse life. Eh?
Yeah, yeah. And it is a little yellow. I think it's getting too much water.
Okay.
Because as I mentioned, these are sprinklers, and we'll show you guys what they look like when they go. But it's a sprinkler system, not a mister.
Right.
So they're getting quite a bit of water.
And you had some other nozzles over there you were going to try,
Yeah, so
right?
I have the mister ones, so we can try that. I think the mister ones are a little bit better.
Okay, and do they just plug in? You just unplug these and put the others in?
Yeah. They're kind. So this is the 1/4-inch line, so you can see like when we came back, so it's still a 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
Along the whole top, and that's all you'll have to do, Nigel, is just run a.
And you puncture the line with these ones, right?
Yes, and then you get these clips that puncture it, and then you run leaders, and then there's all different sorts of these kind of nozzles. So these ones do a 180 spray.
Yeah.
So like this one does 180, then this one does this way.
I see. So they're
Yeah, and you can get straight misters, you can get 360s.
Okay.
All sorts. So it's highly customizable.
That's cool.
Lots of fun.
Well, if you could come over one day and help me set up the system, I would really appreciate that,
I think
Connor.
that'd be a lot of fun.
I think that'd be so cool.
So there's not a lot of room here, guys, but this is my root over rock.
Oh yeah,
over floating rock.
Yes, yeah.
Style.
Wow, look at the aerial roots coming out now.
So I'm trying to get more aerial roots to grasp the top rock.
Yeah.
So that's why I had it in this bag.
Yeah.
Which may be overkill now that it's in the greenhouse. But I have been successful. Like it is growing roots in there.
Yeah.
So it's almost ready. It's. I think this wood frame is kind of rotting away almost.
It is so humid in here, isn't it? It's amazing. It feels good.
Yeah, I'm getting sweaty again.
I love heat with humidity in greenhouses. It's just fantastic.
Behind it is my Schefflera Nigel style clump.
The big clump style,
yeah.
That was looking really good last time you pruned it, right?
Yeah. It's
you can't really.
It's equalizing. It's growing. Like there's. I'm not focusing on the aerial roots yet, just the ramification and stuff.
Well, that's how you get aerial roots, by letting the top grow.
Yeah.
It'll just take off and.
Yeah, you can see them coming out of that. None of these are grown. Actually, there's a couple.
Oh yeah.
So I'm getting fresh ones.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. There's new ones.
Of course, even in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
This is a guava, a pink guava.
Wow. That's looking good, isn't it?
Yeah, so it gets the flaky bark.
Yeah.
It's a triple trunk planting.
Nice. And where'd you get that from?
That was from Robert. From the club.
Oh, very nice.
He sold off some of his collection there a couple years ago.
Okay. Nice. They're really nice.
Yeah. Behind it is my Ming Aurelia. And I got it from the same place Nigel does. And sometimes you just get a winner. You get a really nice base, like we did.
Is really nice, isn't it? Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, growing really well.
And it likes it in the greenhouse?
It sure does, yeah.
I've heard they like to be kept a little drier.
Yeah, I barely water it.
Okay.
And even throughout the off season in the winter and in the greenhouse, in the plant room, it gets low light. I can kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
It's another great beginner species.
Yes, yeah. Very nice. That's cool, Connor.
This was my trouble willow ficus.
Oh yeah,
I think I remember telling you guys I could not, for the life of me, and I didn't really ever figure it out, and I don't know what's causing it.
Yeah.
But you can see it's backbudding profusely, But for a long time, it would just produce buds and then never leaf out. So you can see that here kind of still.
Yeah.
So it just produces a ton of buds, but then will never leaf out. And I'm not sure, why that was happening.
Yeah, it wasn't extending into branches, was it?
And for a long time, just this one would do it. And then so now 2 out of the 5 branches have leaves. So this one and this one.
Yeah.
And since being in the greenhouse, and I basically, like you're seeing me do, I rub off all the extra buds.
Yeah.
And I try to just leave 1 or 2. But you can see finally new growth is coming. So
wow.
I think it's the power of the greenhouse.
Yeah. Just needed the right Florida-like conditions, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Down here on the ground is much cooler.
I recognize that tree. That's a Chinese privet, right?
Yeah. So this is an air layer off of the top of one of mine.
Wow. I didn't know you had one, Connor.
Yeah, it's back there. I got it from Chris.
Okay.
But this one's kind of cool. It's got that low first branch.
Yeah, that's
nice. Creeps and crawls. There's actually
gives it a unique character, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's really cool.
There's roots growing off it, actually.
Oh, yeah. So it's rooted and...
Yeah, more of kind of a raft or...
clump or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A unique style.
Yeah. So lots of fun.
Very cool. Nice miniature leaves, aren't they? And someday they'll flower and they'll be cool.
Yeah, cool. Hopefully. Here's a collected dwarf. White.
Okay.
Oak. Sorry.
Nice.
So it's from the same spot that I got the other one.
Yeah.
But this is what the leaves in the field look like.
Wow.
Like almost like an English oak, eh?
Yeah. So small.
Yeah. So it's in the greenhouse recovering. Keep it well watered.
This is nice, the gravel bed and the sand here, isn't it?
Yeah. So actually, if you guys remember my grow refrigerator outside. Refrigerator. I have that buried lead wire.
Yes.
The heating wire. So I did the same thing here.
And what's that sold for? Is that sold for like roof edges? Or
no, to keep pipes from freezing.
Oh, okay.
So it's called heat trace.
Heat trace.
And you're supposed to wrap it around external pipes and stuff.
Yeah.
And they keep it from freezing.
I see.
In the winter. So it's auto regulated. It's great. So here's a little thermocouple.
Yeah.
And it basically automatically turns on below 5 and turns off at 10.
Really?
Yeah, so it's I'm going to try it out here in the greenhouse, but basically everywhere that there's sand here and here is going to have a heated
floor.
Base, yeah.
And what kind of wattage would it be, do you know?
I think it's only like 30 or 60 watts.
Okay, so it's
it gives
very
you
low,
per feet. Yeah. And it worked really well in my my outside
cold frame there,
cold frame.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try it again in the greenhouse. So I just need to get power to it.
Cool. And here's that Ficus religiosa that has just...
Yeah.
I'd say that's doubled, maybe even tripled in size. That is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's probably, growing into the sand.
Yeah.
All of these things are.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I think it's really good for them.
And you can feel the temperature difference even from here to up there, right?
It's very pleasant at the floor. And the gravel feels cold.
Yeah.
Whereas if you stand up, it's like
sweating.
It's like going in the tropics. So it's quite nice down low, isn't it?
Yeah. So here are my other lantanas that I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
So you can see this is a pinky yellow.
Pink, yeah.
This one's straight white with a little yellow center.
Yeah.
This one's red, like a dark red.
And is that sold like as a special
they all
color?
have different. So they all have like Havana Sunrise.
Yeah.
Or different names and stuff like that.
And then. Yeah, they usually have multi-colors.
Yeah. But they woody up all the time.
Yeah.
They get they thicken up and lignify really quickly.
And they don't like a whole lot of water, do they? Or what do you find?
No, they do.
They do. Okay.
Yeah, they're
so don't
the drama queens of my collection. If I know, especially the one out there that's in the pot.
Yeah.
That will dry up within a half day or so.
Okay, so
and. You can smell the fragrance, but they'll just get super limp.
Okay, so lots of water to them, eh?
Yeah.
Especially if they got light. And there's a ficus back there.
Yeah, so it's growing into the ground, but look at those roots, the aerial roots.
Yeah, there's a lot, eh?
Really cool. So next to it is the rumfi cutting. That again, I'm just
This is a cutting?
This.
Right one, not this one.
No, that's the base of the air layer. This is the privet.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so you could see
a beast.
It had a great base. Lots of cool movement.
Yeah.
but then it was pretty straight.
Yeah.
You could see on the section that I took off, it was very straight. So
Yeah.
now I'm...
This is your new leader. Right?
Yeah, which is growing to the top of the bench.
Right. Which is good. That's great.
Doing really well.
Yeah.
Some other more
Someday
branching.
you'll
Yeah.
hardly see that, won't you? And you'll have lots of continue that movement. So this will be probably your new leader someday.
Yeah, exactly.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it backbuds profusely. You see, like I have to rub off all of them.
Yeah, I can see one forming there.
I know. They're kind of... It's good and bad.
But nice trunks on them, right? Really, really nice.
Yeah. And over here's my propagation station.
Oh yeah.
So even in the humid greenhouse, I still keep the
cover.
the secondary greenhouse.
Wow.
But here's all of the dwarf thuyas that we saw out there.
Wow.
So here's the one variety, and then here's the primo. We actually missed the back bench. But
Okay.
we'll go.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go show you.
Yeah.
But this is all new growth. So these are all the stuff with new growth is
rooted.
almost it's rooted.
Yeah.
Like that's what happens when the top starts to grow again. You have roots. So a lot of successful conifer cuttings in here.
Yeah. Connor's good at conifers.
Beside it, I took some horn. We have horn beams up here.
Okay.
So you can see not super successful. This one definitely took.
That
That's a
one
new
took.
leaf.
Yeah.
And some of them are still holding their green.
Which is a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah, but once they get like this, that's a
Yeah.
failed
you just
cutting.
Chuck it. Yeah.
Behind it is that quince.
Okay, yeah.
More success with the quince.
Yeah.
But just kind of experimenting and
Yeah,
playing around.
it's nice to try, even if you get one out of 10 cuttings.
Yeah.
You got it.
Exactly, and then you can improve your methods and stuff.
Yeah.
Beside it are a bunch of seedlings. So this is a Zelkova,
Okay.
big grow one. This is another one.
Yeah.
A bunch of different kinds of maples here.
Yeah.
So this is a really interesting type of maple. It's from France. It's a Montpellier maple.
Okay, I've heard of those. Yeah.
Yeah, they got that really unique, very similar to the hedge and a myrrh maple.
Yeah.
In terms of hardiness, and a propensity for small leaves.
Yeah.
I have some natives. I'm not sure because the maples, the first leaves are not the true leaves, right?
Yeah. They'll.
So you can
Waiting
see,
for that to happen.
this is the first leaf, and then these are the second ones. But everything kind of looks stunted, and this is another sign of too much water.
I see.
Because they're kind of below the bench here.
Yeah.
But if I leave them outside, then the squirrels get them. So
Okay.
best of both worlds. I got some Cotoneaster cuttings here.
Is that a ficus back here?
Yeah, so that's the
Green Island?
the Natal ficus.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, so I took the cuttings. I was going to do root grafts.
Yeah.
And then the greenhouse is like, oh no, you don't need to
You
do
don't
that.
need it.
I'll just grow them for you.
And what's this one?
That's the Bonsai ginseng ficus.
Okay.
So that's my girlfriend's sister's tree.
Cool.
She likes it because it looks like the mandrakes from Harry Potter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she.
A lot of people like them for that
Yeah.
reason, don't they? And they're cool. I like them. Here's your man.
Yeah. So unfortunately.
That was ivy, wasn't it?
Yeah. So you can see there's still one. Basically, these were all different little cuttings that I grew over.
Yeah.
This epoxy figure of Atlas.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, I think it's because it's a thin tray.
Okay.
But one still.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Nigel.
Hey, it's Blue Jay Bonsai.
Yeah.
And James and Max
And Jennifer.
and Jennifer way down there.
Look at that. You can just go in there and get a shower.
Yeah, so here's the misting system going, which is more of a sprinkler
sprinkler,
system.
yeah.
Sprinkler system. So you're going to try the misting heads then, eh, Connor?
Yeah. But you can see it covers everything almost completely.
It's fantastic. And that comes on every hour for
A minute every other hour.
a minute every other hour.
And it keeps it well humid.
Wow.
And is that all you need to do, or you do need to water as well?
So I do water, but I could get away without it. Like I could just set it for a little bit longer,
Yeah,
and it all comes from this tank back here.
all from the barrel.
Yeah. So it's not rainwater because I'm all out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you watering just so you can do the fertilizer, or no?
No, this is just straight to keep the humidity high in the.
No, I mean if you're actually watering as well.
Oh, for fertilizer, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Wow.
I fertilize. Like I fertilize my whole bin. Like I'll
the
load
bin
it
is
with
pre-done.
fertilizer. Yeah, and then
That's convenient.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
and then yeah.
I've often thought of doing that. I've just never done it.
Yeah, so you use a sprinkle, I use a hand.
Handful, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you could just figure it out by the liters, couldn't you? And then
Yeah.
add your fertilizer, and then it's done.
So it's still microdosing, even though you're
Yeah,
dumping it all.
it's a good idea. I should do that actually.
Yeah.
The only problem, I'd have to stir it up probably somehow. Would it? Like, would it settle the fertilizer? Or?
Well, yeah, so I put it in when it's empty, and then as I'm filling it,
Okay.
like it mixes.
But over several days, would it
No,
settle
no,
or anything?
Once it's dissolved into the liquid,
It would stay mixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
The problem with, well, I don't really have a problem because I use it so fast,
Yeah.
but eventually all the algae will start using the fertilizer.
Okay. The dogs are just going ballistic. App is so happy to have a friend over.
And Mac's like, get me out of here.
Max doesn't know what to think. There's Max. And Max went for a swim in the pool.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
You're bigger than Max.
Yeah.
Max is a Scottish Terrier?
No, he's half Labrador and half poodle.
Oh, okay.
So a Labradoodle. But
Yeah.
he's more
Lab.
wiry, wavy versus the curly.
I don't know how your trees stay upright, Connor.
Yeah. That's why nothing can be on the ground.
Yeah. You got to keep a dog run through the benches there. And
I'm going to move the cactus before.